Hello and welcome to a brand new Round 2 Wrestling podcast here on the 20th of February, 2024. I am your host with the most wrestling information, SlimmDa KID, and for those of you who have never listened to Round 2 Wrestling, let me break it down for you just a little bit. Round 2 Wrestling is very similar to a news-styled broadcast. We have 4 segments, or in this case 4 rounds, for you, the fan, to enjoy. Round 1 is the Pro Wrestling Rumor Mill. I have personally scoured the internet, picking up little tidbits of information and rumors for you, the fan, to enjoy. Now, these are rumors, so you have to take them with a grain of salt. They could be 100% fabricated bullshit. They could have a grain of truth to it. That's why the rumor mill is so exciting. Move on to Round 2, Pro Wrestling News. This is actual factual, confirmed news across multiple outlets from many accredited authors and writers. Round 3, title matches. Did your favorite promotion defend gold this past weekend? We here at Round 2 Wrestling have those exclusive results for you, the fan, to enjoy. Move on to Round 4, Pro Wrestling Did You Know Facts. However, this week's episode is a little full, so we've had to cut the 4th and final round, so no wrestling facts this week. However, what we do have is very insightful and informational. So without further ado, let's kick things off by putting our ear to the scanner and listen to the what-ifs and maybes. This is Round 1, the Pro Wrestling Rumor Mill. Here we go. Vital Vegas says WWE will soon announce that Las Vegas, Nevada will host its first WWE WrestleMania since 1993's WrestleMania 9. After announcing Rocky Romero is with AEW's front office, Dave Meltzer has since clarified Romero is also still working with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Fightful Select says Scott D'Amore's departure from TNA had been in the works for a month prior to when it was actually announced. D'Amore, quote-unquote, adamantly did not want to leave. For what it's worth, Matt Riddle told the Sunday Night's Main Event podcast that he has quote-unquote talked to TNA about coming in. While he was still involved with TNA prior to Scott D'Amore's firing, House of Wrestling says Anthem executive Ed Nordholm is also no longer actively working on the TNA brand. The site's sources tell them Nordholm and D'Amore were very close. According to Fightful Select, WWE's Drew McIntyre's contract with WWE now extends past WrestleMania. WWE added time to the end of his current deal due to some injury and inactivity time. Sources close to McIntyre reiterate that a new WWE deal has not been signed. PW Insider says now that Endeavor owns WWE, quote, the old traditions and plans are out the window in favor of whatever they deem to be the best moves for the company, end quote. F4W Online's Dave Meltzer heard that AEW star Britt Baker isn't cleared yet, but, quote, she's been training very hard for her return, and indications were that it shouldn't be that much longer, end quote. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Rey Mysterio should return to regular action, quote-unquote, in a few weeks. He was originally hoping for a late January return, but couldn't make that happen. According to Fightful Select, there were discussions at one point to do a Logan Paul versus LA Knight for the United States title at WrestleMania 40, but they don't know if that's still the plan as of now. That draws to a conclusion Round 1 in the Pro Wrestling Rumor Mill. There were some interesting rumors this week to think about for the next 7 to 10 days. However, we are done with what-ifs and maybes. We are going to move on to something a little bit more real. This is Round 2 Pro Wrestling News. All right. Triple A champion suffers knee injury, surgery possible.
Oh my God!
AAA mega champion El Hijo del Vikingo suffered an apparent knee injury this past weekend in Mexico. Dave Meltzer gave an update on Vikingo's condition on the latest edition of Wrestling Observer Radio, where he confirmed that the AAA mega champion has suffered a meniscus injury that might require surgery. No word on the length of time off required for the mega champion or when he may return. WWE announces another stop on its 2024 European Tour.
Oh my God!
Announced Monday, February 19th, WWE announced that WWE Live will head to the Wiener Stadthalle Hall D in Vienna, Austria on Thursday, May 2nd, 2024. WWE Live in Vienna takes place just days ahead of WWE Backlash France at the LDLC Arena in Lyon d'Ciney, France on Saturday, May 2024. Positive news regarding former NFL Chicago Bear and WCW wrestler.
You what?
Steve Mongo McMichael was diagnosed with ALS in 2021, causing him to lose a ton of weight and the ability to speak. McMichael won the 1985 Super Bowl with the Chicago Bears before transitioning to pro wrestling and WCW in the 1990s. McMichael was recently announced as part of this year's Pro Football Hall of Fame class, along fellow NFL greats Devin Hester, Dwight Freeney, Andre Johnson, etc., etc. We here at Round 2 Wrestling will keep you updated on the health status of Steve Mongo McMichael as it becomes available. AEW wrestler celebrates 1 year of sobriety.
Oh my God!
AEW's Mike Santana recently posted on his X account the announcement of 1 year free from drugs and alcohol. The AEW wrestler says he struggled with sharing this information publicly, but hopes to give others strength by sharing his story. We here at Round 2 Wrestling are very proud of Mike Santana's progress and will keep you, the fan, updated as things become available. Current AEW wrestler faces arraignment for aggravated assault in Florida.
That's fucking stupid.
Daniel Cash Wheeler was arrested on August 2023 following a warrant issued for his arrest July 28, 2023. He pleaded not guilty to the charge of aggravated assault with a firearm through his attorney with the Orange County Circuit Court. Wheeler turned himself in on the 17th of August and was arraigned the next day, although another arraignment is listed for tomorrow, meaning today, February 20th. A conviction for aggravated assault with a firearm under Florida law results in 5 years imprisonment, 5 years probation, and a $5,000 fine. We here at Round 2 Wrestling will be sure to keep you, the fan, updated on this story as information becomes available. WWE commentator leaves promotion, joins Major League Soccer 360.
Oh my God!
Former WWE broadcaster Kevin Patrick, real name Kevin Egan, was part of the SmackDown commentary team prior to being released from his WWE contract last month. Patrick joined WWE in 2021. Patrick, who is originally from the Emerald Isle, Ireland, worked as a soccer broadcaster both before and during his tenure with WWE. It was announced on Thursday that Patrick has been hired as the new lead host of MLS 360 on Apple TV. This is the latest in the shakeup of WWE since its merger with UFC and fallout following the Vince McMahon sex scandal. Former WWE commentator Pat McAfee also left WWE recently to pursue other announcing opportunities. That draws to a conclusion round 2 and pro wrestling news. There wasn't a lot of news, but what we have is enough to think about for the next week or so. We're going to move right into round 3 title matches. However, warning, this next segment may contain spoilers for your favorite promotions and pay-per-views, such as the Rev Pro High Stakes 2024 pay-per-view, AEW, Ring of Honor, WWE, NXT, TNA, MLW, NWA, CMLL, AAA, New Japan, All Japan, Stardom, Pro Wrestling Noah, etc., etc. May have doubled down on the bell there, but it's all good. Jake Crist defeated MLW National Openweight Champion Ricky Shane Page via disqualification. MLW National Openweight Champion Ricky Shane Page retains the title. AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy defeated Richard Holiday, Shinjiro Irie, Flash Morgan Webster, Shaw Samuels, Spike Trevette, and Cameron Kai to retain the AEW International Championship. Rev Pro Undisputed British Women's Champion Danny Luna defeated Sapphire Reed to retain the Rev Pro Undisputed British Women's Championship. Rev Pro Undisputed British Heavyweight Champion Michael Oku defeated Will Ospreay to retain the Rev Pro Undisputed British Heavyweight Championship. Max the Impaler defeated Mims to unify the NWA World Television titles. Max the Impaler is the new unified NWA World Television Champion. NWA United States Tag Team Champions Immortals defeated the Slime Balls to retain the NWA United States Tag Team titles. NWA National Heavyweight Champion Thrillbilly Silas Mason defeated Paul Burchill to retain the NWA National Heavyweight Championship. Wolf Dogs defeated NXT Tag Team Champions The Family to become the new NXT Tag Team Champions. NXT North American Champion Oba Femi defeated Lexis King to retain the NXT North American Championship. NXT Women's Championship match between Lyra Valkyria and Shotzi was stopped due to an injury to Shotzi. An open challenge was immediately issued. NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria defeated Lash Legend to retain the NXT Women's Championship. TNA Digital Media Champion Crazy Steve defeated Rhino to retain the TNA Digital Media Championship. CMLL Women's World Tag Team Champions Stephanie Vaucure and Zeuxis defeated Lady Frost and Tessa Blanchard to retain the CMLL Women's World Tag Team titles. Stardom New Blood Tag Team Champions Wingori defeated Mei Sakurai and Chan Young to retain the Stardom New Blood Tag Team titles. Stardom Women's Champion Julia defeated Natsuko Tora to retain the Stardom Women's Championship. WWE Intercontinental Champion Gunther defeated Jey Uso to retain the WWE Intercontinental Championship. That draws to a conclusion round 2 wrestling. I am your host, SlimmDa KID, and I personally want to thank you for tuning into this brand new podcast. Be sure to tune in next week as I bring you more news, more rumors, and more results from the world of professional wrestling. Round 2 Wrestling is brought to you by SlimmDa KID and Spreaker.com.